Trying to hear. Thank you. All right, do we have a motion to return from,
I move that we leave closed session.
motion and support to return from closed session? Is this a resolution?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
So we don't exist.
Okay.
Just ripped a hole in this.
On to agenda item number 15, public comment. Do we have anyone here in the public wishing to make comments, or anybody online?
No, there's no one online.
Okay. Close public comment and move to item 16, board member comments and committee updates. And, I'll start with, I was gonna say Claire, that would be so
I
mean.
have
with-
nothing.
Okay, well, that made it easy. Treasurer Bushka, thank you. Trustee Cole,
I have nothing, thank you.
thank you. Trustee Sakura,
Thank you. Friends of the Parks report, lots of exciting things are going on. We did have a wonderful concert on Sunday, July 14th at Fletcher Field with the Iconics. Great turnout of fans and volunteers. Thank you to Supervisor Bell for emceeing the event, and our Parks Director, Street and Maintenance Director Fountain for having everything looking great and running very smoothly. Our last concert is Sunday, August the 4th, featuring the band The Hired Hands, which is another local favorite. They play a mix of blues, folk, country, roots, rock, and R&B. So you'll definitely find music you will enjoy if you get there. And we're continuing planning for a fall event on Saturday, September 21st at the Drake Farmstead from 1 to 4. We want this to be a small, simple event aimed at a younger age group and keeping closer to the farmstead's focus on history and nature. We've lined up some great music and activities aimed at the younger age group. And I also met with the Oshtemo Historical Society, and they will have the Drake House open for people to visit for free. And also, as you saw earlier in the meeting, we are working with the Kalamazoo Public Library on the Story Walk project and hope to complete it this fall. So a lot of stuff going on there with Friends of the Park. Just wanted to mention a couple things. I was talking with someone over the weekend who was talking about water charges for mobile home facilities where there seem to be continually being raised, and they're wondering if there's any legal grounds for maintaining how much is charged for water if they're in a mobile home park. Like the management company just keeps raising it, and this was, I don't have definite things. It actually came up at I take it back, came up at a constituent coffee with one of our representatives. But it just seems like things raising rates, and the people who are probably least able to pay for that sort of thing, and that's housing situation, and if we encourage more housing.
Yeah, I can take a look to see whether there's anything
Yeah.
through the mobile home
If there's
commission that
anything,
would be
yeah,
able to address that, and I'll get back
Yeah,
to it.
'cause especially if we continue building or providing more housing in Oshtemo, we don't want to set people up to, oh yeah, it's affordable housing, but then, utility rates get jacked up to replace for a lower, whatever. Is there any update on the Super 8 motel closure? I haven't heard anything since the original thing. Do you have anything you can share, or is it still closed? I don't know.
it is still closed.
Okay, thank you. And have we done a fringe benefit rate study? Someone in another township was asking me about those. Do we do those? Because they were talking about budgeting, and I said, oh yeah, we're going to start our budgeting.
We have not in the past, sorry. We have not done a fringe benefit study, and we actually left it out of this one with Siegel specifically because the board asked for the focus. Sorry. I don't know why I keep answering.
Okay, just to kind of see where they were wondering, well, where do you fit, what percentage rate or whatever, and I didn't really know
It's
what
like
they were talking
51%.
about.
It's high.
It's high.
Yeah, we are very generous.
But not uncommon to other municipalities. So
Okay.
we are not an outlier in that factor.
Okay, I didn't know.
Nope, that's a good question coming
Super.
in, buddy.
And I think that was all I had, other than asking Dusty if she could share her AGV slide presentation from the other. I knew you didn't want to print a copy.
Yes,
but
I
you were-
actually mean to put that on the website, and I just hadn't done it
okay.
yet.
I was putting in my file to get ready for budget talks and getting everybody's AGV, and I'm like, I think Jim said, okay, anyway, thank you. That's all I got. Thanks.
Thanks, Neil. Trustee Chapman?
Nothing at this time.
Oh, thank you. Trustee Ford?
The only item that we voted on at the last planning commission meeting, we accepted the first reading of tonight, so thank you. And then also I'll say we had, I feel like Scott Fitzgerald from the township do a nice GIS special, presentation to the planning commission.
It's cool, isn't
Pretty
it?
cool tool. I've been using it for a long time, so it's fun to learn some more cool stuff that they've added to it with the, like, what's happening in the township, kind of, call outs and stuff, so. Cool tool on oshtemo.org, check it out. That's it.
Tells everybody where it goes.
Thanks, Trustee Ford. And he is just always adding new things to our GIS all the time that are just, I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
Clerk
There
Farmer?
we go. I just checked, actually, that 2023 annual report is on the clerk's page on the website, so I did remember to put it up there. We just completed a pretty rigorous schedule of training for all of our election workers. I know I mentioned that at the last meeting. We did have a couple, 3, including Neil, who will be working in other jurisdictions, but we were happy to train them. Yeah. We do have a final chair meeting before the election, but otherwise, we are ready to go for the August 6th election. Beyond that, I had hoped to be able to share some MetroLink numbers with you guys, but I have not received those yet. They didn't have them available at my last Metro meeting last week. But when I do have them, I'll just send them out in an email, just so you guys know. I do know that the numbers have continued increasing. It's very popular. Some folks are still struggling with the zones or the regions that we're in, but other than that, I mean, and I brought the MetroLink to work one day because it was convenient. My car was in the shop. That car I don't have anymore. And it's very easy to use. I encourage everyone to try it if you're going to stay local. It's very quick. There's not a lot of waiting. I mean, you set up the link ride and it's within a few minutes. I mean, and they're guaranteed it's never going to be over 20, but it's within a few minutes. And you will have to walk to get to wherever they're going to be. It's going to be probably in nearest cross street. And it's a really smooth ride. It's a really good time. And apparently they get paid so well, we don't even have to tip them, which is very different from like Uber or Lyft. So that's all I have right now.
All right, it's a really busy time for the clerk's office, for sure. I have a couple of reminders. You are invited to Pancake for Breakfast on Thursday, August 8th at Fire Station 1, and, oh, it is dinner. Breakfast for dinner at Fire Station 1. So we're going to have the firemen, fire people are going to all have their pancake maker going, and the fire trucks will be out, and our professionals from Progressive A&E will also be there to gather community input. So I hope you all will take time to come by, take a look at the information that they're asking the community, and participate since y'all live here. And that is Thursday, August 8th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Second thing is just a reminder about our bulk trash disposal voucher system. And if you are not aware, we now have yard waste vouchers as well. So you can stop by the township and get a voucher for your yard waste and take that to the same location at Waste Not Recycling on Ravine Road. So very cool. We've got both of those activities under a good program and not being held right on Township Hall property, which is a good thing overall. So beyond that, I was pontificating today. And it arose because my daughter, who's home from college, found a 4-leaf clover in my yard when I got home. And so I'm going to press it, and I'm going to mount it here so that people that sit off the dais can see a 4-leaf clover, which stands for luck. And what I was pontificating about was that governing is not lucky. Governing is hard work. And we are entering into what is going to be a lot of activity out in the community around events that we have very little to no control over. But what we have to do is keep looking forward and keep doing the work through the end of this year. We have a lot of items to discuss, not only just the budget, but others. And so I just want to say how much I appreciate everyone that serves on this dais and that you come prepared and ready for questions and great feedback. And, governing is hard, but it's not luck. Good things get done for communities because people who care. And I think this board cares about what happens in our community. So with that, I close the meeting.
The end. That's all.